At the beginning of the pandemic, the world was first introduced to the exploits of big cat personalities Joe Exotic and Carole Baskin. Isolated and quarantined, we were captured by the dramatic storyline between Exotic, a gun-toting private zoo owner with a colored history of safety and legality,
I want to show people how f***ing crazy I am, run!
and Baskin, founder of the Florida Wildlife Sanctuary, Big Cat Rescue.
All you cool cats and kittens, it's Carole at Big Cat Rescue.
Now, despite Exotic's numerous safety violations, questionable ethics, and an attempted murder conviction, his failed quest to destroy Carole Baskin won over billions of viewers. Baskin, a self-proclaimed animal activist, has an equally colored history herself. The thrice-married antagonist, known for allegedly clipping one's husband and collaring the next, was on a quest of her own to bring down Exotic's zoo. Ultimately, Baskin came out on top. Following Joe Exotic's attempted murder conviction, Baskin was awarded ownership of the Greater Waynewood Exotic Animal Park, which she promptly shut down. While the miniseries gives us a glimpse into the shady lives of many characters involved in the big cat industry, the plight of the animals seems to have been forgotten. The grim reality of the black market tiger trade is far more sinister. At the turn of the century, the global tiger population peaked at 100,000 individuals with 9 different subspecies. In 2021, there are now less than 4,000 wild specimens. In India alone, it was thought that 80,000 tigers once roamed freely across the subcontinent. However, widespread tiger hunting soon began chipping away at their numbers. During the colonial era of the British Raj, tiger sport hunting became increasingly popular amongst wealthy English aristocrats and the Indian princely Maharajas. Viewed as a status symbol, a lone hunter's tiger count could easily tower into the hundreds of kills. The intricate, iconic striped pelt, unique to each individual tiger, captured the allure of poachers across the globe. To attract the notoriously reclusive big cats, hunters would tie a goat or other livestock to a post while camouflaged and perched patiently from above. Tiger pelts skyrocketed in popularity. By the 1970s, a single pelt could fetch in excess of $4,000 US, the equivalent of $20,000 by today's standards. By the mid-1960s, serious conservation efforts began to emerge in order to protect the tiger from extinction. In 1973, the Indian government founded Project Tiger as the first large-scale task force aimed at preserving the Bengal tiger. While the program has taken decades to yield results, Project Tiger has helped double the Indian subpopulation in the past 15 years alone. As of 2018, it is estimated that the Indian Bengal tiger population has increased to over 3,000 individuals. Despite dozens of efforts to boost population numbers and global ban on tiger products, the black market continues to thrive. Fueled by new demand sources, including the resurgence of traditional Chinese medicine, the World Bank estimates that the illegal wildlife trade is now a $10 billion yearly industry. While everything from the whiskers to the gonads have associated health claims, it's the bones that yield the highest demand. The bone, which is frequently pulverized into powder form, is believed by Eastern medicinal practitioners to treat rheumatism, convulsions, and even ward off evil spirits. Record demand for Eastern medicinal remedies has coincided with China's economic boom, creating a new class of affluent consumers. This has driven the price of tiger bone sky high, with a single pound of bone fetching an excess of $100 US. The appeal of these record prices is driving poorer rural Indians to abandon farming for the lucrative tiger trade. In some areas, poaching can earn workers more than 10 times the average local income. But it's not just wild tiger populations falling victim to the black market. Industrial-scale tiger farms are popping up all over Southeast Asia to breed captive big cats for their pelts. bones, and other body parts. Far easier and more lucrative than traditional poaching, illegal tiger farms have expanded rapidly across Laos, Vietnam, and China. While the wild tiger population stands less than 4,000 individuals, the black market farms are estimated to hold between 7,000 to 8,000 big cats. Despite their solitary nature, hundreds of farm tigers are packed together within a single enclosure, raised just to the cusp of maturity when they are slaughtered for processing. Despite the widespread criminalization of tiger farming, the facilities continue to thrive as the price of the black market product continues to rise. Many disguise their operations as captive breeding programs, sometimes even benefiting from government and non-profit resources allocated towards conservation. The Chinese government banned the use of tiger products in the manufacturing of goods and medicinal usage, yet this has been unable to curb the cultural appeal that continues to exist within emerging upper and middle class demographic. Tiger products continue to be viewed by millions of consumers as symbolic of affluence and high society status. Until the demand evaporates, there's little that can dissuade poachers from the risks associated with such a lucrative trade. Now, you might hear the term conservation through commercialization. Essentially, commercializing an animal in captivity in order to protect their wild counterparts. But it's not that simple. So let us know if that's something we should go into more detail. There are currently efforts being undertaken to curb the growth of black market farming. The World Wildlife Fund is currently working directly with governments where tiger farming remains legal. Where the practice cannot be banned, the WWF advocates for significantly increased regulations and oversight of facilities, and more scrutiny on the practices of captive breeding programs. The tiger trade is a dark and complex web of bad actors, proving near impossible to completely unravel. However, there is hope for the largest of the big cats as conservation efforts continue to trend in an upward direction. If you would like to help combat the black market tiger trade, visit wwf.org and let us know, what do you think could save the wild tigers? Because we cannot do this alone, but together we can save these incredible creatures.